Okay, thank you, dear. Thank you, dear.
San Antonio, Texas. Yes, sir.
So talk to us about open houses. So you're very purposeful about that.
Yes, we are. So last year we hosted 170 open houses. This year we're at 167. And the whole purpose of it was when we generated it was back in 2014 when we started this program. You know, I sat with my wife and I said, look, I've got this idea. I want to start doing more open houses. I want to do a lot of them. And she says, well, you know, they're a waste of time. They're 2% of the sales actually come from open houses. You know the stat. And I said, I know. And she goes, and the only people that show up are nosy neighbors. And I said, exactly. That's who we want to come to our open houses because they love the neighborhood. They're going to come and they're nosy. They want to know everything about the home. So I said, when they walk in, we have to have the mindset of welcome to our timeshare presentation. And so that's where we get to show them what we do to get homes sold. And so it was really about generating more seller leads. Of course, you're going to get buyer leads from it naturally, but then taking it to another level and actually putting money behind it. So we invest about, I think our average right now is about $200 per open house. So we're doing an open house, that accounts for the signs, that accounts for the street team going out and putting the signs out for us, the door hangers that we're putting out, the cost of that, as well as the advertising that we're doing on social media. So it's not a lot when you look at the return on investment. And so looking at that, we wanted to generate more leads from it, obviously, but we wanted our sellers to see how hard we're working to get their home sold. And so when we sit down with them and they're meeting with other listing agents that are saying, oh no, we don't do open houses, it's a waste of time. And we're talking to these sellers on the phone when they're interviewing us, and we ask them, so, you know, how many people did you have come through your open house? What was the feedback? Oh, we never did an open house. And they see our advertising. You had talked about, well, that's got to build your farm. We have a small farm, of course, our neighborhood, but we have a big farm, and they're 4 zips. And building that 4 zip code farm, we're number 1 in all 4 of those zips. It's been tremendous being able to see that growth through doing all the marketing that we do, all the advertising, and people just seeing it constantly. We've built this fan base of people that come to our open houses and we see them all the time. They're not ready to pull the trigger yet, but they will. People want to follow our page because they want to see our video tours that we're doing of all of our open houses. So it's been great from that aspect.
Very good. What I was going to say, what I loved about this, and I think you made the observation when we were interviewing Thomas, is that you actually sell, I think, 14%. So you're like 7 times the industry standard, but it gives so much energy to your lead gen.
Yes.
It's highly visible. Everybody can see that your brand is out there working hard for sellers, and it gives you something to talk about.
And it's so hard to track how well is it really working because they see it naturally through probably Facebook. And so then they click on it. Well, to see the price on the home, they have to click on our link that drives it to the website. So now we're getting our optimization up by people hitting our website. They're going through there and they're looking at reading about us and what we're all doing and learning so much about us. When we list our open house dates on Zillow and Realtor, people are going on there looking, okay, what's the open houses this weekend? And we can't really track, okay, did this lead come in through a Facebook ad, from our website, from Realtor or Zillow, and then seeing it there by drive-by with the signs? And we ask everyone that comes through, but still, you know, when we close it as a Facebook lead, it probably came through open houses.
Right. It makes everything better.
So walk us through real quick. How do you, what's the process to have a successful open house in your mind?
Yes. All right, so first things first, we have to confirm it with the seller, make sure that they're on board. Now, we always try to do it that first weekend it hits the market. Every now and again, we have to do it the second weekend. So we want to do it when the market's hot, and that's really great about building that energy, you know, bringing that in and getting that feedback right out of the gate. Because if we have something on the fence and they don't want to paint a certain room and we're telling them we really need to paint this room and they're being stubborn, we can then address that with the people that are coming into our open house. What do you think about the house? Is there anything you would change? And when that keeps coming up, our sellers want to know immediately after the open house is done, how many people came? What did they say? And then we get to share that feedback with them. So we confirm that open house, and then 2 to 3 days before the open house, really 3 days before the open house, we start the online advertising process and the marketing. So we're putting it all over social media. We're sending all those links to the sellers so they know what's going on. Our street team's going out, putting the directional signs out, putting the door hangers out. Our agents are going in door knocking, inviting the neighbors. And then after that, it's just getting ready for the open house. When they walk in, we have a specific script that they're using that really tries to connect with every person as soon as they hit the door. We want to connect on a personal basis and then let them freely walk through the open house. We're not going to guide them through. And then we're going to have pop quiz, at the end when they're trying to head for that door and escape. We stop them and say, what did you think about the house? Good, bad, ugly, anything helps. We're trying to have real intentional conversations, and of course, generating leads from it and follow up on that. And then, I think that's it.
Love it. All right, piece of advice. I want to go build. Now, your business last year, what production level was your business at?
We had just 87 million last year.
Gotcha. So if I want to go build that business and I want to build it around referrals, what advice are you going to give me?
I'm going to give you, the way we do it is I'm going to give you advice. Do not have your ISAs call your relationship people. That should be your agents that call. They are in the relationship with them. They know about the kids, and plus they have the heart for it. I love ISAs for cold calls, but when it comes to building a relationship, it's got to be the agents. We tried it that way, and we failed miserably with it, and we noticed a drop off in our relationship and our sales. So we quit that and put it back on, and I've actually noticed a 12% increase based on the agents keeping the relationship.
Wow, great advice. Thomas, how about you? I want to go be you in the open house world. Give me some advice. What would you tell me?
Social media is king. I think it really has been. And it's hard for us as agents to think like, okay, is it really worth our time? And we spend time posting on there, but really figuring out what people want to see. Because, sometimes some things work and sometimes it doesn't. So I think it's just understanding that, knowing where your people are, who you're marketing to, and what social media platform are they on, and making sure you're consistent, your branding is consistent, and never letting go of. We do everything. We do farming, we do client events, we do, calling, leads in every other fashion, but making sure that with social media that everything is on point.
And the last thing I would say, because when we talked, what I got struck by was you are committed to open house. It's not just I got a listing, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
You're as a company, you're committed.
Like 20 to 30 a month, I remember.
Yes, it is hard, but it's one of those things where when an agent comes in, we have that conversation right out the gate. When they're going to join our team, we let them know up front, okay, this is our requirements in our contract, and so they know what they're signing up for.
Love it. All right, guys. Edie, thank you so much, dear.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Very inspiring.